What is up, YouTubers? We are going on an adventure today. We are not hunting, we are not fishing, we are not camping. So what the heck could we possibly be videoing for you today? Oh, and we're not four-wheeling either. There's none of that going on. Today gives us an opportunity to look into a, I guess, realistic downfall to having the type of hobbies that we have. So what was described as me as the fun tax by my dad growing up was, if you want to get out and do anything outside of your house that's not working, you're going to have to pay the fun tax. Some quick math on registering things like the four-wheeler, snowmobile, the trailer, the camper, not even the vehicles, I kept that out. I mean, we're looking at almost $600 a year for just registration fees. So there's quite a bit of money to do things, and obviously the four-wheeler registration goes toward the volunteers and the trails and stuff like that. Snowmobile registration, kind of the same thing, but my snowmobile never touches a trail all year. I just use it for ice fishing. The camper, that was the bulk of it. That was pushing $300 to register that. And we only went on 4 trips. Actually 3 trips. We canceled the last one. And only one trip was further than a half hour away from the house. So to pay almost $300 kind of sucks. So why is today's adventure, what does that have to do with, you know, paying registration fees? So something that I live by is, if you want to do more, you need to do more. And what I mean by that is, the more stuff you want to do and fun and adventures, the more you need to do. So sometimes working 40 hours a week or more might pay just your bills, and if you want to do more, you need to do more. So we're going to go work today. We're going to take down a tree that had been damaged by these last storms that we got here in Maine. Nothing as bad as, you know, Carolinas and Florida and stuff like that, but we had a nice little storm and knocked some trees down, and we're gonna go take them down and put in a little extra work so we can have a little extra hobby money. Now, I do feel extremely, I guess, blessed in a way that I'm gonna go work an extra day so I can get money to use toward my hobbies, when there's a lot of people that need to go work an extra day, an extra 2 days, or maybe even a whole extra job just to afford everyday things like heating oil coming up, fuel, groceries, Christmas. So I'm definitely feel like I'm in a spot where, or we are in a spot where it's nice that I can put extra money toward the adventures we take you guys on. And this isn't political or anything, it's just the way of life. So things are expensive, and I'm fortunate that we have full-time jobs and skills that we can use on the weekends to maybe go out and do some extra stuff with the kids, or taking you guys on adventures. So I wish I could just work 40 hours and Ariane could work 40 hours and we could afford life and all kinds of fun, but that's not the case. So we're gonna go knock some trees down. I do not do this a ton anymore. I used to do it quite a bit. So this is not a how-to video. If you saw our thumbnail and see me climbing around trees and that's what you want to get into, that's awesome. You definitely want to do a lot of research and maybe take some courses and work for a company under an arborist that climbs and really learn the ins and outs. So don't watch this videos and see my gear or my knots or how I'm doing things and use it as a how-to. So that's your disclaimer. Don't do it. We gotta stop and fill up our tires because they're low on air. We gotta put that winter air in your tires. So if you're in cold climate, make sure you swap your summer air for your winter air. Right, Chloe? Chloe's gonna be on the cameras today, and she's gonna be the gopher on the ground. And what a gopher does is they go for this and they go for that. All right, so that's the tree. Got a nice widowmaker hung up in the tree next to it, so we gotta get that out first and then drop this one. Cross right over there. That one we should be able to top right in that direction. So I could back cut that butt right there, and that would swing over and then hopefully drop straight down and then fall back this way. But if it happened to drop straight down and fall toward me, then you get the neighbor's house. So don't want to do that. All right, Chloe, get your climbing gear on and get up there. So as I continued climbing, I realized that the broken leader was taller than I thought it was from looking at the ground. So I came up with a game plan to tie off the top, and that way when I made my cut, the top would not free fall down and hit the customer's shed. I also wanted the bottom piece to not swing down, because where I had to make my cut, the length of it could have hit my legs, so I tied that up as well. It's situations like this where you want to go really slow and think about every possible outcome. And if there's even a chance that you're going to hit somebody's property, just take the extra few minutes and tie it off. And also, just like when you're on the ground, you want to have your escape route in case you need to move out of the way. Alright, I didn't want to bore you guys with picking the brush up, but I got some after pictures. We left the logs for someone that's going to come grab them. He's got a sawmill. But yeah, 9 o'clock we got here, 2:30 we're leaving. Not everything went as planned, but the tree's down and everybody's going home with just a minor cut on their finger. I literally just took my gloves off. Literally just took them off, and I went to grab a limb and cut my finger. So guess just leave your gloves on. So now we're gonna go get unloaded and relax for the rest of the weekend. Probably I'm sure I'll have some chores, maybe mow or something tomorrow, but it's supposed to be a good weekend. And now we got a little money in our pocket for some adventures and some ice fishing gear. So like I said, I know it sucks sometimes with bills and all that stuff, but if you want to do a little extra, you gotta do a little extra. I should copyright that phrase. Put it on a shirt. How do you feel? Is that work you want to do all the time? You gotta be sore tomorrow? Alright, perfect. That means you worked hard if you're sore the next day. We'll see you guys on the next one.
When I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle. Wait a minute, work hard for the car, so that's why it's all tinted. Wait a minute, had a real late night, woke up with my head spinning out in Nashville. It's been mad real, I need sunglasses, I need Advil, and my cash real. I like first place, you're in last still. Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles.